Welcome to Upvoted NoSleep, where OP Blair Daniels writes, "Youth is wasted on the young." I always thought that was a stupid saying, until I got old. Looking back on my younger years, I wasted so much time. Gave 2 years of my beauty and youth to a guy who was emotionally abusive. Spent nights alone in my room, listening to music, when I could have been out there meeting someone. You don't know what you've got until it's gone, I guess. And it was gone. Well, almost. 37 years old, time slipping through my fingers, a flower starting to wilt. But then I met Whitney. Whitney was 8 months older than me, and yet she looked like she was 29. Acted like it, too. She was the fun one, bringing youthful enthusiasm to our mom group while the rest of us gulped coffee down by the gallon and looked like zombies. I couldn't figure out how she did it all, how she stayed so thin, how her face looked so beautiful, how she had the energy of someone just out of college. One day, I brought my son over for a play date, and while they were playing video games upstairs, I asked her, "How do you do it?" I asked, sipping on a tea. "You have like twice the energy I do, and you look amazing." She let out a little giggle. "All about moisturizing," she said, "and drinking lots of water." "Moisturize me," I replied, imitating that centuries-old character from Doctor Who. She laughed. "But seriously, that's all it is? If I drink a gallon of water a day and buy some face cream, I'll look like you?" Okay, I admit, I was subtly trying to get her to admit she'd gotten work done, or that she had a full-time nanny while she slept 10 hours a day. Because it wasn't fair. Standing next to each other, I looked like I had 10 years on her. And if it was really Botox that worked its wonders, maybe I'd give it a try. Okay, I'll let you in on a little secret. I knew it. I leaned forward eagerly, waiting for her to spell. Except there's no way I could have predicted the words that came out of her mouth. "It's because of the porcelain lady." I frowned. When she didn't elaborate, I asked, "What, that's like some beauty salon or something?" She smiled and shook her head. "No." I sat there, confused. But then it dawned on me. The porcelain lady sounded like it could be a euphemism for a drug. Now that I thought about it, wasn't using women's names for drugs kind of sexist? "Oh, it's a drug," I whispered. "I guess you could call it that," she said, still smiling. What's that supposed to mean? Either it's a drug or it isn't. But I took her response as being coy, as a little wink and nod, a subtle signal that I was supposed to pick up on, that yes, it's a drug, but I'm too much of a lady to admit I'm actually doing drugs. "If you're interested, I can hook you up." Dread settled in my stomach. I'd never, ever done drugs. Not even weed. They kind of scared me, to be honest. Like, what if I murdered someone because the drugs made me think it was a rabid dog attacking me? What if it's like Oculus, where you don't know what's real and fake, and you kill a whole bunch of people based on your own perception of things? "Sorry, I don't really do drugs," I said, lamely. "Oh no, it's not a drug, she said. "I just meant that, well, never mind, you're not interested." She waved her hand away. "No, I am interested." "Okay, how about this? Why don't you come over tonight after dinner? I can tell you all about everything, and you can decide whether or not it's right for you." Okay, I guess I can do that." But just when I was getting excited, she said something that sucked all the air out of my lungs. You know, you can even make money with this. I know a couple who retired at 30. Oh no, it's an MLM. Multi-level marketing. Pyramid scheme. I swallowed. If I showed up tonight, it would probably be a 3-hour presentation on how to sell some beauty cream on Facebook and how I had to pay $200 for the starter kit. But Whitney looked so beautiful across the table from me, blue eyes sparkling, not a single wrinkle on her face, body rail thin, like she could land a modeling job this instant. Maybe this product, cream, diet pill, whatever, actually worked. I'll see you after dinner, around 8? That's perfect, she replied, shooting me a show-stopping smile. I did some Googling at home, but nothing came up for the porcelain lady, which was weird because most beauty MLMs are all over Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I mean, if there isn't a Facebook group you can invite random high school acquaintances to, is it even an MLM? I drove over at 10 till. When I pulled into the driveway, though, Whitney's house was mostly dark. Maybe she forgot we were going to meet up, I thought. But as soon as I got up to the door, it swung open and she gave me a big hug. But when I stepped in, things seemed a little off. The first thing I noticed was the smell, like spices or potpourri or something, but not in a good way. It was like sweet cinnamon and fresh pine and punchy cayenne all mixed together in a cake no one would eat. Oh no, this better not be some essential oils. Frowning, I followed her into the dining room. But surprisingly, I didn't see any sort of display set up on the table. There was just a single tea light candle flickering brightly in the dark house. Why don't you sit? Whitney asked, taking a seat at the table. Oh, okay. I sat across from her, and a chill went down my spine. Whitney's face, lit in the harsh shadows of the candlelight, didn't look so pretty anymore. Deep shadows seeped into her eye sockets and the hollows of her cheeks, flickering and dancing as if her face were morphing before my eyes. Now, I want you to close your eyes, she said, closing her own and taking a deep breath, and imagine the end of your life. What? Imagine you're almost 80 years old. It's hard to get out of bed. Your joints ache. All your friends are gone. And your skin looks like a shriveled prune. I stared at her. You're not closing your eyes, she said in a sing-song voice as she took a peek at me. Okay. I closed my eyes, even though it made me uncomfortable. And that was an upvoted NoSleep story by O.P. Blair Daniels. And the story isn't over either. Come back tomorrow to hear the rest. And if you'd like to read more from Blair Daniels, check out her book You Can't Hide on Amazon. Sweet dreams.